Michael Page hit Cyborg Santos with a knee so hard that he fractured his skull.
Ooh, man, like that's one of the most insane injuries I've ever seen.
Did you know it right when you hit it?
Not at all, because he got hit and turned away from me face down.
Right.
So I assumed that I got his nose.
But then I see his feet kicking. I said, okay, that's it. We're over. And when I turned him over, you're used to seeing lumps and bumps in MMA. That's just part of the game. Right. You're not used to seeing dents, indentations. And that's what I was looking at. And I was like, oh, get in here real quick. I was waiting for the ringside position. We got a problem.
And my coach said he saw him when he was walking out and didn't want to ruin my evening. So he was just like, didn't tell me.
So that night, we went out, had fun with my family, friends, celebrated, and nobody told me that had happened.
The next day, my sister sent me a picture that he put out.
My family are full of jokers. When she sent it, I started laughing. I was cracking up, man. I was like, why would you do this? I just thought she had edited it as a joke.
It's like, oh yeah, you've cracked this skull, and I'm laughing. She's like, no, dead serious. This is a picture that he put up online.
I was like, are you what?
Phoned up. That, oh yeah, no, he's fractured his skull. I was like, sorry, what?
Do you now slightly feel bad about that celebration?
I don't believe I would have celebrated in that way if had I known.
I was devastated for him. You wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy.
We don't go in there to cause that kind of harm to somebody.
After 7 hours of surgery, Cyborg released the following statement. I'm all right. He only broke the eggshell, but nothing happened to my brain. But another incident would involve those two.
I think it was like 2 years later that I met him, but it was a bit of an awkward one. His student was fighting one of my teammates, and then my teammate popped his knee during a submission, and then we were coming in to be like, hey, how's things? And it's like, he's already pissed off at me, I'm sure, and then he's gonna be even more. It was very awkward.
MVP would go on shattering bones and limbs and making the highlights real.
I call it attaching strings. So I'll fake my jab to see what hand or what leg twitches for you. When you start seeing me shoulder rolling and like smiling, for me, I've attached all the strings I need. And now it's a case of which move am I going to assign to this?
MVP has led waste to the welterweight division of Bellator, tying Pitbull for the most KO wins in the organization. At 36 years of age, MVP will finally make his debut in the UFC against Kevin Holland at UFC 299.